Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commentary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that point! Goal for Manchester City!
Zaka takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out! A very good afternoon, good morning, or good evening to you all then, as we welcome you along to this first World Cup semi-final at the AT&T Stadium in Dallas, where France take on Spain in a kick-off, which is 9 minutes away. Coming up towards 2 o'clock local time in Dallas, 8 o'clock in the UK, 9 o'clock in France and in Spain for this evening's encounter. Who will come out on top in this match tonight? Will we go all the way to the end and have extra time and penalties in this two powerhouses, France against Spain? Mbappe versus Yamal in what is going to be a big World Cup semi-final. So there is a picture of Yamal in the tunnel. Spain are going to be in their change strip of white and maroon there, with the French in their traditional blue as the teams are led out onto the field of play ahead of this big game this evening. Kickoff is very much fast approaching in around about 8 minutes time before we get to kick off in what's going to be a big game. Today you can see Spain there coming out, France too coming out with the mascots either side as the two teams emerge from the tunnel. Going to be a big game this one. Didier Deschamps up against Luis de la Fuente in charge of both sides today. We've got you the officials as well, which we'll run through very, very shortly. We are, just to tell you, we have got 4 lots. We've got the main VAR and the assistant VAR. Then we've got 2 standbys for the video assistant referee and the assistant video assistant referee in case the up in Dallas goes down. There is some on location in the stadium just in case it goes down. We'll bring you that news a little bit later on. The national anthems are about to go through, so while the national anthems are being played and sung out by both sets of players and the fans, sort of with the French national anthem, which will be sung by Mbappe and co, and Luca Digne there, who set to leave Aston Villa according to reports in the last couple of days to go to Paris Saint-Germain. So, and he has accepted to be the backup for Nuno Mendes as the left back spot for the Parisians in Paris Saint-Germain. Luca Digne, according to reports, nothing yet official on that transfer news there. We will bring you, as I say, the route to the semi-finals for both of these sides, and one that I'm looking forward to seeing in this one in results and fixtures for the French in the World Cup so far. They have beaten Senegal by 3-1, beat Iraq 3-0, beat Norway 4-1, beat Sweden 3-0, beat Paraguay 1-0, and Morocco 2-0. So they've only conceded 2 goals throughout the World Cup thus far. France, let's take a look at their opposite numbers for this one. And the opposite number for France in this game is the Spanish, as their national anthem is just being rung around right now. They were held to a goalless draw by Cape Verde before a 4-0 win over Saudi Arabia, a 1-0 win over Uruguay, who were managed at that moment by Marcelo Bielsa, the former Leeds boss. Then a 3-0 win over Austria, and then a 1-0 victory over Portugal, and then causing the first goal in over 600 minutes when they beat Belgium 2-1 on Friday to make it to this match today. Winners of this match will play the winners of tomorrow's matchup between Argentina on Harry Kane and England and the Three Lions. So, very, very soon then we'll bring you the full lineups and the match officials in full for this game. Today we'll bring you all that very, very soon. We can tell you who's going to be in charge of the man in the middle with the whistle and his assistants, and also the standby VAR's team as well, as I mentioned there, just in case the VAR central hub goes down. They have got standby officials for VAR on site somewhere at the stadium, which is at the AT&T Stadium in Dallas, also known as the Dallas Stadium, for this tournament. And very, very soon we'll see the match officials will be confirmed in a moment or two as we count down to kick off. 4 minutes away, as you just see a shot there of the officials right now. So let's bring you the match officials. Ivan Barton is a man in the middle, assisted by David Moran and Antonio Perpio. Glenn Nyberg from Sweden is the fourth official. Reserve assistant is Melba Begge from Sweden as well. Video is Thomas Kowalski, assisted by Dennis Johan Igler and Guillermo Pacheco. Standby VARs are Inodo Gonzalez from Uruguay and Ivan Bebic of Croatia. Let's take a look then now at the starting lineups for this game today, and we'll start with the French. We'll line up with Mike Magnon in goal. Left to right is Luca Digne, William Saliba, Dale Upamecano and Jules Koundé across the back. Adrien Rabiot and Aurelien Tchouameni in front of those back four in a 4-2-3-1 mentioned by Didier Deschamps' men. Michael Olise, Ousmane Dembele with Badly Barcola on the left, Olise in the middle, Dembele on the right, behind the skipper and the talisman, Kylian Mbappe. Let's have a look at the French. Unai Simon starts between the sticks. Marco Correa, Aymeric Laporte, Pau Cabasi, Pedro Porro. The skipper is Rodri. Then just in front of Rodri, we've got Fabien Ruiz, along with Dani Olmo. And then your front three is Alex Baena on the left, Mikel Oyarzabal through the centre, and the very impressive Lamine Yamal up front as well. And happy birthday to Lamine Yamal. His birthday was yesterday. As to tell you, my name is Russ Vernon, and I'm your matchday commentator today. Big shout out to everybody who was tuned in and locked on to this game for France against Spain. Luis de la Fuente there signing up, and we're going to have a minute's silence in a moment two's time, probably to remember the South African Jaden Adams who passed away recently. So we're going to observe that as well. So we're just going to do the minute's silence, and then we'll be back after that. Stay tuned for coverage of France against Spain coming up. Very much well observed there by both sets of players, both sets of fans, and this first semi-final of the 2026 FIFA World Cup is almost set to get underway. Will it be France? Will it be Spain? who will take on England or Argentina in Sunday's showpiece final. The losers will play on Saturday in the third place playoff, and we're now underway in this game. Spain attacking the goal away to my left, gets us off and underway in this game tonight, and one that I'm looking forward to bringing you here on the commentary of it. The ball is with Marco Correa in the left back position, with the inside the French half of the field there, into Aymeric Laporte. Has to go all the way back to Unai Simon, and now back into the Real Madrid bound Marco Correa, who signed for Real Madrid before the tournament got underway for Spain, completing the move from Chelsea. Yuri Tillmans of Belgium completed the move to Manchester United earlier today, as did Caldolo, who left Leeds United as well. So 2 new signings for Manchester United today as well, as we see Mike Maignan with possession, and he plays this ball forward. Adrien Rabiot now on that left hand side, and he goes out of play. He was looking for Bradley Barcola out there on that side, and a throw from Spain is with Fabian Ruiz now in the centre, keeps hold of it and finds Rodri. Back he goes to Laporte. Those two know each other well from the time at Manchester City. Do Rodri and Aymeric Laporte. He's and Laporte sends the ball forward, looking towards Razabal. And now picked out Alex Baena, who gives the ball away to Michael Elise. Now finds Ousmane Dembele. Dembele tries to get back towards Elise. Baena's back there to help out after his ball was cut out by Michael Elise. Rodri now trying to turn away from his man, and does so. Gets the ball forward round the corner. Now here's Baena. Good bit of play involving Rodri. It goes back to Unai Simon. Has to take a touch and gets it away from Kylian Mbappe brilliantly. Dembele tries to close him down this time though, and gives the ball away. Just Unai Simon, and good pressure this from France on Bastille Day in France. And thank you to my sister Anthony Averio Nicholas Jones as well for that. And on behalf of everybody here at the commentary hub, whether you are a commentator, whether it's a commentator or member behind the scenes, or someone who does producing behind the scenes or social media work or whatever, or even our listeners and subscribers, we want to wish our very own Nicholas Jones a very happy birthday today. I'm not going to reveal his age, one, because I don't know it, and two, I don't think it would be fair on the young man to have his age outed. But on behalf of everybody on the commentary, very much big happy birthday to you, Nick. Hopefully you've had a great day. So now, in this game for Spain, just keeps all of possession. Coming plus 3 minutes gone. It remains France no, Spain no. Yamal turns away from his man and goes down. No foul by Adrien Rabiot. And now here comes Barcola, and France can come away. It's Kylian Mbappe. Does well on that far side with the French captain. He has to go backwards this time to keep hold of possession. Rodri is the Spanish captain, incidentally, if you are wondering who the captain is for Spain today. Rabiot gets the ball out wide to Ousmane Dembele. Can't pick out Elise, who's giving the ball away to Lamine Yamal. Yamal comes up and over halfway, charging out on the right hand side. It goes in field. There's Lamine Yamal. Finds Alex Baena on this near side of the left. The ball in field to Rodri. Now into Ruiz. Good ball out wide from Fabian Ruiz to Lamine Yamal. It wasn't Yamal, it was actually Pedro Porro out there. Yamal was a cutting, it was a centralised there. Yamal was a bit like Jesse Marsh and Leeds, where he wanted his wingers to be centralised rather than use the width of the pitch. That's why he ruled out there for Lamine Yamal, as Spain just keep the ball in through Laporte. I just want to say, on behalf of just to Nicholas Jones, if you are listening today, Nick has been one of our night owls on the channel for this World Cup. He's covered many games during the 2 o'clock games, some even later ones and that as well. And did the Mexico-England game at that early hour of the morning as well. So he's been a staple of this channel for a number of years now, and a really good friend and colleague, and I know everybody will, on behalf of everybody we hope you had a fantastic day, whether that's listeners or subscribers or also team behind the scenes and team of members that he works with. So Nick, many happy returns to you, my friend. Hope you've had a fantastic day today. And I hope you enjoyed this commentary tonight as here comes Kylian Mbappe for France. He gets the ball to that far side and Luca Dean down the line. He goes towards Bradley Barcola, who's in behind. Does well there, Barcola. He chips the ball up. Too much on that. Come off Kabasi in the end. And behind for the first corner of the game. For France, brilliant. He skipped over Rodri there. No, Pedro Porro he skipped over actually. And then did well to get a corner from Kabasi, which goes behind for a French corner kick here. And this should be a good match, this one. Looking forward to this one quite a bit. There's a bit of pushing and shoving in there from involving William Saliba, who can't get his head on that corner into the penalty area. Back in by Adrian Rabiot. Well, that just bounces behind for a goal kick. Then it remains France 0, Spain 0. And Nick has been on and said the mini silence was for the passing of Qatari Emir. EMIR. So thank you for that, Nick. I'm not sure if it was for Jaden Adams, who we had towards back end of the quarter-final ties. Sad passing of him. Commentator on him at the World Cup. The South African, the Bafana man. And here is Mike Magnon, who clears the ball away. Sent forward and he bounces through. Back towards Mike Magnon, who just keeps the ball in play here. And now Mike Magnon just has possession of the football inside his own penalty area. Rolls it to the right hand side, and there is Upamecano down the line to Jules Koundé. In front to Usman Dembele, who gets it back off Marco Correa. Fabian Ruiz nips in and wins the ball back for Viva España is what the Spanish fans will be singing, and the French will be singing Les Bleus in this game today. As here comes Kabasi over halfway into Lamine Yamal, gets nudged off of the ball, fairly according to the referee. Then it remains France 0, Spain 0. And now here comes Michael Olise, gives the ball away. Spain now come forward towards Yamal, is it? It's Olmo back. Now it's with Yamal. Danny Olmo again. Goes in towards the penalty area. Goes down on the edge of the box. Danny Olmo, and it looks like a free kick is being given for how about Adrian Rabiot and Danny Olmo there. And I want to look at this again because I don't think there was anything in this for a foul. Let's have a look at this from here. Oh, actually, there is. Stamps on his full there. There's Adrian Rabiot. I mean, seen it again, and that's a definite free kick on the edge of the penalty area. In a dangerous position here for Spain. They can strike him from here. And that's about lining this one up. So too is Alex Baena. Lamine Yamal standing over this one as well. Adrian Rabiot has picked up the game's first yellow card, incidentally. Adrian Rabiot picks up a yellow card. For that foul. Just had confirmation that I'm on it to there. Thought the referee did get something out, but I wasn't sure which colour card it was, but it was a yellow one. Early booking in this game, and says the president then, so people know what sort of challenges they could potentially challenges they can't get away with. But I wonder if we'll see the opening goal of the game. Here's what it's about. Look, trying to speak to the referee here. We've got Lamine Yamal standing over this one. Alex Baena as well. And the referee's going across here to speak to somebody. Can't believe this. The referee wants to put spray down to say where they could take the set piece from. His spray, can I add, had run out. You should check that before you come out, my friend. Although, the referee today, Ivan Barton, is not my friend. So I don't even know the guy. Shot up by into the wall. Now your man is on the right hand side of the penalty area. Skips away from one, in towards the penalty, headed away at the back post by France. Ruiz tries to put the ball back in, blocked by Jules Koundé for a throw to Spain. A good real trickery there from Spain. Shot blocked, the man crossed, cleared away, and then a block by Jules Koundé. I think he was headed away initially by Adrien Rabiot, the man who gave away the free kick. But it is still France 0, Spain 0. If you are listening to us here on the commentary tonight for the first time, please do us a massive favour. Please click a like. Please click subscribe. Please hit the notification bell, and we'll let you know as and when you'll get notified. Then as and when we go live, as we watch this game unfolding in hours, and Mbappe just keeps hold of possession. It goes infield to the number 8 there, Chouameni, across now to the number 4 there, up in the corner from the back is the man there, and trying to keep hold of possession of France at the moment. And they'll be lucky not to lose this on Bastille Day. 0-0 is a scoreline in this match today between France and Spain as we watch this game unfold this afternoon, early evening, or evening back home, afternoon out here in Dallas, where it is still France 0, Spain 0 at the moment. Here on the commentary, Russ Vernon to guide you through the action today. Marco Correa will just have possession and play the ball infield to Alex Baena. Baena will turn away from the corner, trying to close him down. He plays that ball forward well. Ruiz onto Olmo. Olmo loses out to Rabiot. Rabiot punts it back to Magnon, who's outside of this penalty area. All in green is Magnon today. Olmo trying to go and end that one as well, as France have been put under pressure at the back. Don't like it playing out from the back there. It's in now. Michael Elise is having to drop all the way back from central attacking midfield, coming for Jules Koundé, a right back. Ball now switched from Michael Elise to Luca Dean, who missed it to the top of the show, heading for a potential move to Paris Saint-Germain. Here is Kylian Mbappe. Ball in towards the penalty from Mbappe. Too much on. They're looking to try and pick out Ousmane Dembele on the run from down the right hand side from Mbappe, and he can't pick him out and he remains goalless. 13 minutes on the clock, and it remains France 0, Spain 0. If you're just tuning into us here today, the ball is sent forward by Spain, picked off here by Rabiot to Koundé. Now Elise who just loses out against Ruiz. Now Olmo. Good ball into Arazabal. Poro now has it into Kabasi. Good bit of play this from Spain, just keeping hold of possession so far. Trying to force France into allowing them to create gaps to work in. France are not doing that at the moment. And now it's with Marco Correa. Now they right into Alex Baena again. Ball back here now to Ruiz. Good ball across to Rodri. Rodri gets the ball across there to Poro. And Rodri goes down under the challenge here. This could be another yellow card for France if the referee decides to dish out another yellow card here to Michael Elise this time. We'll wait and see if we do get confirmation of Elise's book, if he is into the referee's notebook tonight. If you're tuned in and just listening to us instead of watching the pictures, thank you very much for doing so. Ivan Barton, the man in the middle, not booked. Michael Elise for that one. Surprised with that one in my opinion. Well, that could have been a booking. He's under the category for me. I've seen them give him. Now here's Correa. Into Rodri, who will via the port. And now Fabian Ruiz Gets the ball out wide for Alex Baena. Baena controls well against Koundé. He's crosses ball by Koundé. And France will try and come away now with Usman Dembele, who sets the ball away looking for Bradley Barcola. There's Kylian Mbappe, and Mbappe still going Kylian Mbappe. Fantastic from the French talisman. Barcola to Elise. Elise's ball in is blocked. Behind for a corner to France. A good bit of play again. And what a play this out is. What a ball this is from Usman Dembele to pick out Kylian Mbappe, who does well initially. And then always up the play, finds Dembele. The French have taken the corner quickly. Ball into the penalty area is blocked. Cleared away by Spain as they will look to try and make their way out of play. Or out of bounds. They can't keep the ball in play. Can't keep the ball near the defence. We see shots there of some of the Spanish fans watching on here. One with Roja Iglesias' shirt on there. Number 26 for Spain in this game today. Is Roja Iglesias wearing 26. He's on the bench. And we watch this game unfold in front of us today as we watch France take on Spain in a game where one of these sides will make it to the main final, the loser will make it to the bronze final. As Dembele puts the ball in towards Barcola with the back post, so brings it down well. Bradley Barcola almost pushed over in the penalty area by Pedro Porro, and that would have been stupid to give away a penalty like that and achieve one as well. Ball into the penalty area and cleared away for a throw into France, who will look to keep all the possession and try and knock on the door of Spain. See if he will be breached in this game today like he was against Belgium on Friday in a classic game. And I'm going to ask you listeners to have a guess of this question here, guys. And I'll ask you a question now regarding this World Cup, and I want to know how many matches do you guys think that yours truly, Russ Vernon, has missed by watching them? How many games do you think I've missed watching this tournament? I'll let you know if anyone gets the correct answer. Here comes Marco Correa. And if you are listening and you do know how many I've missed, then feel free to not put it in. Let others have a go first, I'll say. As now here comes Marco Correa down the line. He can't keep the ball in play. He goes behind for a goal kick to France there. And Luis de la Fuente's men not really have much joy there as they tried to work something out there. Did Luis de la Fuente's side. Luis de la Fuente Castillo's side. To give him his full name, as we've got the manager here for France, Didier Deschamps. Some good players on the bench, which I'm hoping do come on, as we want to see the best players on show here in this World Cup tournament. That's what everybody wants to see. They want to see the best. And if you don't see the best, then you've not got your value for money then, have you? Here come a throw for Spain on that far side. The right, which Paulo took to Cabase. And across to Laporte, who will look up and he's been told to go back to his centre-back partner Cabase by Marco Correa, who I thought would have been probably a better option. But Spain have got them way out of trouble there. And now here comes Laporte again. Over halfway this time, Laporte. And then for Marco Correa, just keeps the ball in play, just good Correa. Early crossing too deep for the men inside the penalty, including Razabal. And a penalty to Spain. It is a penalty to Spain. Foul by Lucadino. Lamine Yamal, the Paris Saint-Germain bound player. In Lucadino. Lucadino concedes a penalty on 20 minutes. Header from Lucadino. He doesn't see him coming and he just kicks him there. Stone Double penalty there. And yes, that is a penalty. The ball's clearly gone. The ball's by his knee when he kicks Lamar over. And that is a Stonewall penalty if you've ever seen one. VAR will obviously check it as they check everything here. I cannot see this one getting overturned here. Christina Uncle, speaking on the TV monitors that we've got here, you know what she's had to say on that one, but for me, that is a Stonewall penalty kick. I was about with the ball in hand. Mbappe having a word. Magnon and one ball in hand to delay the penalty. The penalty has been confirmed now. But who is it that's going to step up here to take this penalty? And friends were claiming there was a potential handball in the build-up. The referee has checked back and says there is no handball to captain Kylian Mbappe. And Magnon is slowly now getting back towards his line. And it's the number 21, Orazabal, who is stepping up to take this spot kick. Let's do this spot kick for Spain. Mickey Orazabal. Chance to push Spain one up here. And he does so. And Spain have taken the lead. Mickey Orazabal from the spot. And he doesn't miss. And Spain do not miss. And Spain lead on 23 minutes from the spot. Mickey Orazabal sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And Mickey Orazabal opens the scoring. Clumsy penalty. Challenged by Luca Digne. And he could have no complaints there as Spain take the lead. And France, for all that pressure that they had, and didn't take one silly challenge at the back from Luca Digne, and he gives Spain the advantage in this one now. And it's France 0, Spain 1. Mickey Orazabal on 22 minutes, in fact. I timed just 23, but he has gone down on 22 minutes. So we've just changed that for you there. Well, Mickey Orazabal has given Spain the lead from the spot here in Dallas today. And as we have now just gone for the hydration break in this game, and you've got to say that Spain, for what it's worth here in this World Cup semi-final tie, didn't really start well. And I've got to say that the penalty kick call was the correct one, and Spain have the lead now, and you've got to say that they do deserve to be in front. All good, thank you, Mike, and a definite penalty for me there for Spain. the correct call. And just to let people know that we have got a game on our channel tomorrow night, the other semi-final from the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. 8 p.m. kickoff, 3 p.m. local time for England against Argentina. Could this be the year that football does come home? Probably could be no better chance than this one for England, with Tommy Tuchel in charge, and England will be looking at that. And we're just seeing the challenge again for the penalty and a correct call. The ball's clearly gone. There, it does at the back of Yamal's arm there, but that's not accidental. He's trying to turn to let the ball come down so he can run onto the ball, and he struck him on theirs, and then Dingus kicked his leg, completely wiped him out, and Mickey Oyarzabal steps up and makes no mistake from the spot to put the Spanish into a lead here, which, in my opinion, came against the run of play there. And you've got to say that France do have had the better quality going forward, and do have the better quality going forward, as Marco Correa will restart this game with a throw-in for Spain, just a couple of yards away from the Spanish substitutes area and technical area. And here comes France now. They will have to try and come back into this game and try and turn this tide away from them. Here's Mbappe's trying to help France do that. Out wide now from Rabiot to the man who gave away the penalty, Luca Digne, and he's going to make sure that challenge doesn't affect him. As here comes Spain away down that far side, it's given away out of play for a throw-in. And for me there, Lamine Yamal and Pedro Porro going each other's way as the spaceman tried to run down that wing with the ball. Yamal took it off him, did it back to him, took it off him again, and luckily for them, they get a throw-in out of it. And this is a throw-in here as Kylian Mbappe goes down for France. Archie Matchday here for Spain. Then they could have given away a penalty, but you can clearly see that Kabasi does get a touch to the ball before taking down the French talisman in Kylian Mbappe. He's at least one of the other talismanic figures in this side. As we watch this game unfold today, the other man, we've not played the fluent best yet, France. They've been on the front foot, but not took any of their chances. And here is a man warming up here for France. Just trying to see what number it is here, because there could be a substitution coming up here, because there's a man down here for France is William Saliba, who is down here for France. And this is not good news, not just for France, but for Arsenal fans as well to hear, with their boy William Saliba down here. We just see the challenge again from Luca Digne. And silly challenge. Why did he have to do it? He was going nowhere other than down the line. He would probably took the ball out. But it was a silly challenge there. And William Saliba, the Arsenal man, has been having to be helped off here by the physios. Well, he's walking okay, but the physio's having to walk with him. He's got one physio with the arm around his back, the other one to the other side, both talking to him here, thinking to Jules Koundé. And I'm just trying to work out which player will be coming on here for France, because it could be Maxime Lacroix, it could be Ibrahima Konate, and I can tell you that it will be Crystal Palace's Maxime Lacroix who will come on here for France now. And that's not just a big blow for Arsenal going into the season, but also a big blow for France in this game today because Saliba has been one of their better central defenders for me in this tournament. Here's Lacroix now to get the game back up and running to find his centre-back on her from the corner. And if I was De La Fuente there, I'd put pressure on the left side of the French central defenders now with Lacroix on in place of Saliba due to the change. And there is Marco Correa up against Elise. Elise goes past me. Elise is fouled. Dembele comes rushing across. And there's the yellow card there for Marco Correa. The Spanish 24 picks up a yellow card. Here, and it's a definite booking for the Spaniard there, and brilliant play from Ousmane Dembele to get him booked as well. You've got to say that because it was absolutely fantastic to get him booked there because he got him on toast, got past him with ease. Dembele puts the ball in this time too near the goalkeeper Unai Simon, and I wonder if France, since conceding that goal, have gone on so many minutes now. Now conceding another, and I wonder if we'll try and go on another long aching run without conceding. But for me, when I look at this as an English fan point of view, and I think where you look at this, I think Spain are more beatable than France, but with the front line. But France are there to be got at the back as well, especially with requirement to come in towards the end of this game, and especially if they lose Saliba, and if they mark out Mbappe, then it probably would be good for this game as we see the ball now with Alex Baena. Baena will bring the ball inside, and for me I think, and I'm not just saying this because of personal thing, but for me personally I think Spain is a better test for and a better, easier option for England than France as we watch this game unfold here. And he's now back here for Spain with Laporte, who brings the ball into midfield for Roja. Back to Laporte again. Here's Danny Olmo on that left hand side. Down the line for Marco Correa. Correa with the ball in, blocked. Olmo there. One by from McConnell pulling onto Olmo's shirt. There was the upper McConnell. And I've got to say that was a poor decision there from upper McConnell to grab hold of his shirt. Because had he done that inside the penalty area and he'd gone down, probably seen another penalty kick. But it was an easy call for the one that was about stuck away. And there's Danny Olmo. They fire over the top of the crossbar in the end, and it was a poor effort in the end as we watch this game unfold here. It'll be interesting to see how this game does go on. We're watching this game unfold. The winners of this game will take on the winners of tomorrow's World Cup semi-final between England and Argentina. So it could be Mbappe versus Kane, Yamal versus Kane, Mbappe versus Messi, Yamal versus Messi. There's Bayena's in behind you. Alex Bayena pushing it wide, but the flag is up for offside. Otherwise, I think that could have been a potential look for VAR of a potential another penalty kick. He is offside by a long way, but had he timed his one perfectly there, the ball has gone past. He's took the ball past him and then he's been took out by my man Yon. So my man Yon's lucky there that the offside flag went up against Alex Baena. Otherwise that would have been another penalty for Spain. And a free kick for a foul over there on Michael Elise, who from the central moved out towards our left hand side with Elise. Rabiot pushing a bit further forward. Now, ball down that far side looking for Barcola, but it's for Ruiz, who sends the ball long downfield. Bayena's just been bundled to the ground there by Jules Koundé, nothing given. He's appealing that he was pulled down by his shirt. I thought that as well on first viewing. Need to see another replay, but we've not been able to as we into the final 10 minutes of this first half. It remains France 0, Spain 1. If you're just tuning into us right now, here on the commentary, Russ Vernon guiding you through the action this evening. We'll get to your comments at all time. Keep them flooding in as we bring you this game today. I do want to say a big shout out to Danny Rumsey, who said he was going to be tuning in today. Mike Orneman as well, who's tuned in. The birthday boy himself, Nicholas Jones as well. And many others as well. Hopefully a couple of friends of mine who I telling to earlier on is tuned in as well. Ball on the edge of the penalty area. Shot comes in and just high and wide. Not a tall handsome there from Bradley Barcola. And it remains France 0, Spain 1. As he cut inside from the edge of the penalty on the left hand side. And bent to one just over the top of the cross, where he's always rising as he leans back into it to try and get enough curl on it. Did get enough curl, but didn't get enough dip on that to test the goalkeeper out. And now Spain will come forward into the path of Cucurella. Now Baena. Down this left hand side, Baena will cut in field. Ruiz is there. Wonderful play from Fabian Ruiz. Good control. Plays it across there to Olmo. Olmo goes down. Ruiz is in again. Ball comes into Pedro Porro, whose effort is just over the top of the crossbar. Only got a goal in this tournament. Pedro Porro looking for another one there. But a decent effort in the end. And he's well over the bar there in the second semi-final. Please tune into that tomorrow. We'll put that up on screen at half time and for the second half when the next semi-final is going to be all across on the tick across the bottom. They're spinning it underneath, just wide for the corner. Good piece of play from Spain. Down the right again after Mango give the ball away. He should come down the left. Baena infield to Rodri. Across to Yamal. Back around the corner from Olmo to Yamal. Pull the ball in and clear away. But then the corner's going to be retaken here by Alex Baena. As he didn't play in the quadrant. Right there. He's going to rip this one in this time, Baena. Goes on near posts. Up there from Lacroix. Headed down and away. Brought under his spell on this near side by Ruiz. Ruiz delivers the ball back into the penalty area. Baena chasing after this up against Luca Digne. Baena gets there first to Yamal. Yamal keeps hold of possession. Running forward. Twisting one way then the other. And he's gone behind. And it looks like it'll be a free kick. Will it to fancy a goal kick? The referee is blown up here. And I think he's giving a free kick rather than a goal kick here for a foul on Luca Digne. Look at this here. That, for me, could go either way. Free kick was given. And best part about it, they've done a free kick from the edge of the penalty area. When the free kick should have been on the edge of the goal line. Instead, first of all, 2 attempts at goal, not on target. Spain with 1 attempt at goal, which was from the penalty, on target that is. 5 attempts on goal from the Spanish side today. And that's why Spain are leading here. But for me, in terms of how the overall game went, the goal came against the winner play in terms of this game. As we watch this game unfold, is France 0, Spain 1. Winners of this one will go through to the final. Will take on Argentina or England in Sunday's final. And as Rabiot is flagged offside here, and I'm just want to look at this one again. Is he offside? There's no Rabiot was offside. It was Mbappe coming back from an offside position on that far side, and that's why the flag went up against France there, because he was onside, was the French defensive midfielder Adrien Rabiot. And now he's with Dale Upamecano, sends the ball long downfield, brought in under his spell by the captain and Kylian Mbappe, who was also straight into an offside position. Kylian Mbappe. If you look at this from here, that's a tight one. I think the man in the middle was playing him on there. I think it might have been Kabase. And I think Kabase was playing him on there, if I'm being honest, as we come into the final 5 minutes of the first half, where it is still France 0, Spain 1, thanks to that Asbal penalty on 22 minutes. The difference between these two sides. And now Ruiz drops the ball back here now to Laporte, into Cucurella, back to Laporte again. And then Laporte will play the ball infield. Having Ruiz controls it well. Laporte has it once more. Laporte will look up. Good bit of play this from Aymeric Laporte. Infield it goes there to around the back. Rodri just keeps all of possession. Now Spain just trying to come away. And the ball playing forward, looking for the run of Lamine Yamal. But look, Adinha read that well there. The Paris Saint-Germain bound player. Terms are being agreed and they're going to pay the release clause of the Aston Villa left back. He's accepted to be back up to Nuno Mendes, who is Paris Saint-Germain's first choice. As Mbappe is through, but Unai Simon comes out to win the ball and clear it away. Pedro Porro clears it away further out for a throw-in, and to me that looked like he was offside. Mbappe there again, pulled behind for a corner this time by Pau Kabase. And this first one here, is he offside here, Kylian Mbappe? It's another tight one, and I think he's just offside. The flag didn't go up. And Unai Simon did really, really well to clear the danger there. Now a corner kick for France over on that far side. Elise to take into the penalty area. Goes. Lacroix is in there. Round the back is Jules Koundé. Koundé delivers the ball back in. Headed towards goal by Dale Upamecano. Pushed away by Unai Simon. Cleared further away. And Aymeric Laporte is down inside the penalty area, clutching his head. France aren't happy with this. And let's look at this again. Laporte's gone down there. We've not seen the incident with Laporte. He gets pushed over there by Dale Upamecano. And then Upamecano goes into the space vacated by him pushing over Aymeric Laporte. So I wonder what the referee's going to do here. Will they give a drop ball or will they give a free kick? Yeah. As there's a man going down here for France. It is Ousmane Dembele, fouled by Fabien Ruiz here on the edge of the penalty area. I was watching the ball go away, then the referee blew up for a foul. And is this a free kick? How is that a free kick? Fabien Ruiz is just stood there and Dembele runs into him. What's Fabien Ruiz supposed to do? Supposed to allow him to run out to his way? In fact, he's changed his mind and overruled himself. It looks like the referee, yeah. And yes, he's overruled because that's exactly what's happened. He just ran into him there. And now Spain come. Viva España come forward. To Marco Cucurella, low ball in, cleared away. And now Michael Elise up against Marco Cucurella. Those two had a good battle with Chelsea and Crystal Palace respectively. Now they could be having a battle in the Champions League next season for Real Madrid against FC Bayern Munich if they get drawn against each other. Cucurella and Elise, those two are really good players. Elise sometimes plays out on the left for Bayern. And Cucurella could play out on the right-hand side of the back for Real Madrid. Well, I wonder if Trent Alexander-Arnold will be used more often. And Fabian Ruiz is down here again. How about Adrian Rabiot? And Rabiot's got to be careful here because he's already got booked. And that's a late challenge. And for me, I've seen them giving his bookings them as we've gone into stoppage time at the end of this first half. And we can tell you that there is 6 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first period in this game tonight. And now here come Spain down that far side with Yamal. Gets the ball forward towards Omar. Bayern is in there but gives the ball away. They're up in the corner. Gets the ball out wide to Michael Elise, who comes out to this right side from the central position. Then Belly moves in more central. This time he played it behind the Bayern man Elise. And then Koundé gives away a free kick. Push in the back there on Rodri, I believe. No, on Alex Baena. And Alex Baena does well there to win his side of free kick, as we see a shot there of Mikel Moreno, the match winner for Spain in the last couple of games there on the bench. And we see a shot there of Olympic sprinter Usain Bolt, who was the rest of the world manager in the 2026 version of Soccer Aid, which England won. Legends and celebrities take to the field. He played in some of them, but due to an injury, he was the coach this time around, Usain Bolt. Not many people could keep up with him when he played there until his hamstring went. That was quite fun to watch. Koundé with the ball into the penalty area. Too much on that for France though. But they managed to keep it in on that far side with Barcola. Back to the edge of the penalty area, Ousmane Dembele. As he roll over his foot for Tchouaméni. Back to Dembele again. Out wide to Lucadinha. Down the line is Adrian Rabiot. Rabiot with the ball in. Koundé was in there. Well, the flag is now up for offside against Adrian Rabiot. And it remains France 0, Spain 1. Ball into the penalty area. Jules Koundé has done well up down this right hand side since the goal and since the hydration break. France have looked a little bit better, but not much. Although it wasn't target, as they didn't really turn up for the first few minutes, in my opinion. And it remains France 0, Spain 1 here as the ball is coming forward into the penalty area. It'll be cleared away in the end. And what a game this has been. Now Rabiot trying to come forward for Spain, but good interception from Aymeric Laporte. The two number 14s go head to head there, and there's the Spanish number 14 Laporte back to their number 23 Unai Simon in goal. Good ball through towards Fabian Ruiz, who just took his eye off the ball. Aurelien Tchouaméni to nip in and win the ball away for Spain, for France against Spain. How is Michael Elise? Back in field for Tchouaméni. Good ball in field for Upamecano. Maxime Lacroix, the Crystal Palace man, to Lucadinha. Down that far side, the left to Barcola. Back to Lucadinha again. Back now to Lacroix. Tchouaméni inside the centre circle. And across this right, and Jules Koundé. Koundé turns away. It goes down, and a free kick has been given here. All by Alex Baena on Jules Koundé. And a free kick was awarded, and France have taken it quickly. Lacroix down the line to Barcola, inside to Ousmane Dembele, loses out to Rodri. Good bit of play this from Spain as they will try and keep their lead to half time. With a full bit of play here now to Unai Simon. Sends the ball long downfield, headed away, and again brought down well. It'll be cleared forward, long downfield towards the penalty area. for Spain to try and attack, try and get a second goal, which really would put a rubber stamp on this first half advantage that they've got. But while it's still 1-0, France could easily get back into the game. How is that Spain, the France threat? The post, you didn't touch it until the ball had gone out of play. In my opinion, we're into the final minute of stoppage time. I'm going to look at this again just if it shows us. Not going to show us here, but we'll do his own investigations after. When we get to half time. I'll do my own investigations at the end of it after I've gone for a break. And Mbappe on the edge of the penalty area for France. Look at Digne tries to put the ball in. No, on ball, says the referee, Ivan Barton. They're into the final 15 seconds of the first half. France 0, Spain 1. It's cleared back here now. Maxime Lacroix. Lacroix across now to Jules Koundé. Now or never for France to get level before half time. Elise, Dembele into the penalty. Dembele pulls his shot wide as Usman. Dembele behind for a goal kick. Dembele there with Cucurella. As the half-time whistle does sound right now in this game, and a good gaming field as well, because it has been a good first half between the two sides in this match tonight, but it's France who have the advantage. Who trail with the advantage. Spain have the advantage at half-time, thanks to a goal from Azabal on 22 minutes in this World Cup semi-final. The winners will go on to take on either England or Argentina, and I believe it will be England, because I believe football is coming home this summer. So before we go for a half-time break, Danny says, yes, Russ, hope you and your family are all good here, thank you, Danny. He also says, come on, France, my favourites to win the World Cup. Well, Danny, we will fall out, but I don't. I'm hoping it's a good game, but I'm not going to say who I want to win, because it won't be fair, because I'm a commentator and I'm going to be neutral here. He says, Big Tarek is a peacock. Tarek Murenovic, the Bosnian 6'4" international, leader of agreed to deal with Sassuolo this evening. Medical surely for the big Bosnian. And my good friend Kate is on as well. She says, hey Russell, you okay? All good here, thank you, Kate. Thank you very much for asking. As we leave you now with the scoreline at half time of France 0, Spain 1. Hopefully you're okay, Katie, and your friend is too. But half time, we will leave you in a second after we've just got another comment in here. Mike says to Danny, asking Danny how he is. So I'll leave that there. But half time then, we'll leave you with the scoreline of France 0, Spain 1. Join us shortly for second half action. Welcome back to coverage of the first semi-final at the AT&T Stadium in Dallas, where France trail by a Mickey Oyarzabal penalty on 22 minutes. Let's have a look at some of the comments that came in just after gone off air at half time. Mike and Daniel were just chatting there, and he says, good game. Mike says, good game for Spain so far. He thinks France have been poor. Let's all down to Spain, marching the big men and the big players out of the game. And I do agree with that. You look at the likes of Ousmane Dembele, Michael Olise, Bradley Barcola, Kylian Mbappe. They've not really been in the game for France, and those are the types of those that front four is the four players that you need to be wary of for France. Looking at Spain, though, they've been brilliant. They've been compact, been defensive resolute. You can see the likes of Yamal getting into pockets of space, wanting the ball, looking for the ball. Porro on the overlap, Quay on the overlap on the other side as well. Ruiz getting forward, Roja sitting a bit deeper at times to make it like to make it that sort of game that the Spain like, having a 4-1 kind of game with moving into that midfield behind the front man of Mickey Oyarzabal there as well. And you've got to say that, in my opinion, I don't know what other people think, and everybody's got their own opinion. I'm not going to shoot someone down if they don't have agree with the same opinion as me or say that their opinion is wrong. But for me, when you look at this team for France, they should have, I'm not just saying this, and I don't believe they should have, when you look at this team for France, the front four, Chouameni and Rabiot behind the front four as well, they should have enough quality in this team. But defensively now, they need to be alert, they need to be on it, because they've already lost William Saliba, who's going to be a big miss at the back for them. She saw what it was like for Arsenal last season in the Premier League, in their title win. He's going to be a big loss for them with Maxime Lacroix of Crystal Palace coming in. So that is where the issues may rise, maybe defensively for France in the second half, as we're about to get the second half off and running. Who will come out on top in this second half? Will it be Spain, who lead already, or will it be France who will turn this game on its head and get back into it? We are now off and underway in the start of the second half. It is still 1-0 if you're just joining us, thanks to that Mickey Oyarzabal penalty on 22 minutes. The difference between the two sides in this game so far today. I'll be interested to see whether we will get another goal in this game, or whether we'll have to go the distance, because some people I was speaking to earlier reckons this game could go the distance and go all the way to the dreaded P word, what comes after extra time, which I don't want to mention yet, because then if I do mention it now, I'll have probably jinxed myself that we're going to be having them, and I don't want that to happen. I want to finish inside 90 minutes, please. Thank you very much, as we bring you this game in full coverage to its conclusion today. Big shout out to our good friend and colleague JB, John Stuttard, who will be broadcasting this game for his listeners over on JB Sports tomorrow. So anything you've heard today, like the happy birthday message to Nick over there, it was for yesterday for you listeners, but for listeners here on the TCHub, it is Nicholas's birthday tonight, Tuesday. So big happy returns once again to our good esteemed colleague Nicholas Jones. Many happy returns to Nick there. Running through the lineups again is my man Yon in goal for France, Koundé up in the corner, Lacroix, Digne, Chouameni, Rabiot, Dembele, Olise, Barcola and Mbappe. For Spain, Simon, Porro, Cabarce, Laporte, Cucurella will break off as France almost getting behind. A good piece of defending from Spain will allow me to finish their team. Rodri in front of the back four. Then it's Ruiz and Olmo in front of them. Yamal and Baena either side. interested to see how France go about this second half, as the man almost nips in against Digne, but then can't pick out about Olmo, who go forward, and France just get them way out of trouble as Jules Koundé has possession, and they need to be better than they were in the first half. France need to get that danger players on the ball a bit more. They had one of them on the ball then in Elise, who's lost out in the end. Laporte now has it back to his goalkeeper Simon, who clears it to Cucurella. Olmo, good bit of play for Danny Olmo, but he's out of play. Come off the Frenchman just behind him, with good dealt up in the corner. In this game, it's France 0, Spain 1. If you're just tuning into us, Mickey, Razabal's goal on 22 minutes from the spot. The difference between the two sides tonight. If you're tuning in for the first time today, thank you very much. As it says across the bottom, the winners of this game tonight will face England or Argentina in New York, New Jersey in Sunday's final. They will play tomorrow evening, England against Argentina. That's our next live coverage on the channel with Daniel Money from 8 p.m. British Summer Time, 3 o'clock local time, as we go down under a challenge of Fabian Ruiz, who went to win the ball and missed the ball completely, did Fabian Ruiz, and he also missed it from the corner, but the referee brought us up to the game due to an head injury. But now here comes Spain with possession just to take control of this game with Rodri to the port for Cabase. The Cabase will look to try and come forward. Good bit of play down the line. It goes here well now as is. Yamal goes down. Referee says no foul on the teenager who went down there. Actually saying field to Mbappe, who tried to pick out Barcola. And Ruiz does well to take away from Mbappe, and then Elise, and then away from Chouameni via Rodri to Bayern, who switches the play well for Danny Olmo. Olmo has found Yamal, but there's a man down here for Spain. It's Mickey Oyarzabal, who got pushed in the back of the head by Maxime Lacroix of France, the substitute who came on earlier on. And Maxime Lacroix just pushed him over there. They wanted a booking there at Spain, but that's not a booking for me. Just a free kick, nothing more, in my opinion, for that one there. In the end, it remains France 0, Spain 1. In this game, free kick for Spain will be taken any second now by Rodri, who finds Pedro Porro. Porro chips the ball forward looking for Yamal, who's in behind. Yamal's in behind here. Yamal tries for two, saved by my man Yon. But then the offside flag against the youngster goes up. And let's look at this. Is he offside? He is. Put it up earlier. Put it up a lot earlier. Because if Yamal got injured there or Magnon got injured there, that would have been a poor choice by the lineup to leave his flag late. If he's a clear offside like Yamal was there, pull your flag up straight away. If he's a tied one, leave it till the end. I don't mind if it's a tie, but if it's clear and obvious that it's an offside, pull your flag up. Yamal now with possession for Spain. For Rodri. Just away from Michael Elise to find the port. Ruiz onto Cucurella. Bless me, as now he's down the line. Marco Cucurella into the path there of Alex Baena. Baena cuts in, rolls across to Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal gets the ball under his spell. He turns, shoots just over the top from Mickey Oyarzabal. Always rising there from the Spaniard. Effort. High, wide. Not so handsome. And I think almost there's somebody on the head inside in the crowd there as we watch this game unfold today, as we watch France take on Spain. And reminder that it is Bastille Day in France, and they trail to the Spaniards by a goal to nil. And there's Usain Bolt having a photo with a fan, it looks like. there. Usain Bolt just talking on there. Some fans of Usain Bolt just behind him wanting photos as well. Hopefully the Jamaican obliges, as it's up in the air from Fabian Ruiz, up and under. And he comes down for Rodri to play back to Unai Simon, who can clear first time with his left foot towards the edge of the centre circle. And now here comes Spain with Yamal, who's going away from Lucadinha. And Yamal's trudging away. It goes down on the change of Bradley Barcola. The referee says get on and get on with the game, which Yamal has done. Manuel keeps the ball in play just about. Headed forward by Rodri out wide to Marco Correa. Correa down the line is in there. He's going to have a play for a throw to France. Tchouaméni wanting it. He goes further back than him towards Upamecano. And now he's back with Upamecano from Jules Koundé. And now here is Maxime Lacroix. Across there to Luca Digne. And back it goes now to Mike Maignan. And there is the number 6. It looks like it's the number 6 there for France. They didn't make another sub at half time, which I didn't notice there, France. And it remains 1-0 at the ball. Yesterday did it fetched on at half time. Manu Kone, just trying to work out who Kone came on for there. Looks like it could be Adrien Rabiot. So I saw Tchouaméni early on there, but I think it's Aurélien Tchouaméni who went off for him in this game at half time. It remains France 0, Spain 1. If you just tune into us this afternoon, Manu Kone came on. It looks like for Adrien Rabiot at half time, and I think that was probably is the correct call from Didier Deschamps to take off Aurélien Tchouaméni. Not Tchouaméni, Tchouaméni's partner in Adrien Rabiot, who was very poor in that first half. As were France in general, to be honest. Now here is Barcola. It's had a penalty area. Back to Barcola. Good piece of defending there from France. From Pedro Porro against Barcola there as Spain. Well, as we played 10 minutes of the second half, it's France 0, Spain 1. And there's going to be a change here for France. Incoming Desiree Doué is about to come on here for France. So Desiree Doué about to come on here for France. Alex Baena watching over on that far side is waiting for the ball to come towards him, but Kone gets the ball straight through the Spanish line, but straight through into the path of Unai Simon, and it remains France 0, Spain 1 as we watch this game unfold. Hi to Sarah. Hopefully doing well, Sarah. Thank you very much for listening to us this afternoon. Over in America is Sarah. Here comes ball towards the penalty area. Meanwhile, can't keep the ball in play. It goes behind for a goal kick to France as we see the number 20 here for France, Desiree Doué, about to enter the field of play in place of Bradley Barcola. France now have two subs remaining, having made 2 subs already with Saliba and Rabiot coming off, and then Doué now on for Barcola. So 2 subs left. If we go into extra time, they'll have another 1 sub left, so they could end up having 3 subs left. At the moment, with only 5 allowed in 90 minutes, they have got 2 subs remaining, and they have 1 window to make those 2 substitutions in. Here comes Spain in possession with Rodri to Ruiz, now into Pedro Porro, the Tottenham man. Porro goes into Rodri, back to Porro. Now the Port has possession. Through the lines of the French midfield to Danny Olmo, who's got Asval through the centre. He goes left to Alex Bayena, edge of the penalty from Alex Bayena. Shot is blocked by Jules Koundé. Back to Roja, who's on for his goal scoring exploits. So jumps it into the penalty area. Reith is there, he can hit them though. Now Pedro Porro, he's scored a few. He scored one already this tournament and he scored a few for Spurs. He's on the run in now. Pedro Porro's on the penalty. Pedro Porro is 2-0. And Pedro Porro for Spain. And Spain have doubled their lead. It's Pedro Porro on 58 minutes. Who has doubled Spain's advantage. And as it stands, they're the ones going into Sunday's final, where they'll play either England or Argentina. But Pedro Porro has just doubled the advantage for the Spaniards. Fantastic goal from Spain. And work to do now. Just look at this. He plays a simple pass here to Olmo. And then he runs off to the back of it and just fires it past my man Jon. And losing William Saliba. I said at the time that was a big blow for France to lose him. And it just looks like it is going to be the case. France is 2 goals down. No problem, Sarah. And out to the people of TikTok watching on Sarah's, listen to us on Sarah's live as France are 2 goals down against Spain in this World Cup. And could France be crashing out at the semi-final stage and going into the bronze match on Saturday? Well, the ball is played forward and it's claimed there by my man Jon. And now, here comes France now with Kone to try and turn this around. Here comes Maxime Lacroix, who's not as good defensively as, in my opinion anyway, as William Saliba. And that's why I said it's a big blow to when Saliba went off. It is now France who trail by 2 this time. A penalty in the first half, added to by a goal by Pedro Porro, the right back of Spain. And the Olmo will go and assist for that second Spanish goal. Finds Rodri. Back he goes to Laporte. Good bit of play for Ruiz. Across to Kabasi. From the right hand side of centre back, comes over halfway. And wonderful ball in behind. And Lamine Yamal's in behind. Chance for 3 now. Surely it's going to be 3. It is 3, but the flag's up for offside. It will not count. Moran Santos raises his flag. David Moran Santos raises his flag to say offside against the Spanish youngster. And I want to see this again. I believe he was onside. But the goal has been chalked off, I believe. And Vormus will check it because the players go back underway fairly quickly. But I believe he was onside there, Lamine Yamal. I want to see this again. I think David Moran Santos got that one wrong. Lamine Yamal does too. I'm going to see this again here now. Let's have a look at this. Oh my word, he's on. It looks like he's onside to me. He looks like he's onside there, Lamine Yamal to me. That should be 3 for me. If anyone else has got an opinion on that one, do let us know. It's for me, that looked onside for Lamine Yamal. And Spain, in my opinion, should be 3-0 up. But Spain, so far, are going through to Sunday's final, where they will face England or Argentina, whoever wins tomorrow's semi-final. And now, here they come now, with Unai Simon Spain looking to get this ball forward. cleared away by France, who need a goal and quick. Cucurella nips in, and more Cucurella finds Danny Olmo. Danny Olmo is charging forward. He's got Baena outside of him, and he's found Baena. Olmo again. Backwards it comes for Spain as they keep ball. This is what they like to do. They like to keep possession and work openings. What a good crossfield pass to pick out Pedro Porro, who's in front of the Spanish technical area. Porro cuts infield, goes back inside his own half for Cabas, who goes across the centre circle for Rodri. There is Laporte. Laporte will come up towards the centre circle, up towards halfway. Wonderful interception by Laporte, by Rodri, when he gave the ball away. Now Reef is there to help him out. Down the line is Alex Baena. Baena. Back to Reef. Infield to Rodri. Olmo. Arazabal. Olmo. Porro now. He scored the second goal in this game, which has given Spain a 2-goal advantage. In my opinion, should have been 3. Here's Yamal. Porro. Back it goes to Cabas. Back to his goalkeeper Simon. To the left, inside now. And Laporte. Laporte back to Simon. Simon takes a touch. Through into the heart of midfield for Olmo. And then Reef gives the ball away to Luca Digne. Luca Digne, should I say, into the path of Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe is out of the penalty area. Still going Kylian Mbappe, pushed away by Unai Simon for a corner. A bit of play from Kylian Mbappe, forcing a save out of the Spaniard first choice goalkeeper this tournament. Into the penalty area goes for Luca Digne, who crosses, charged down by Pedro Porro. There, good bit of defending again from Spain to close down the avenues for shooting opportunities. That's what they've done well tonight against Spain. They've not allowed the main men on the ball as much. And one of the main men was Elise, who put the ball into the penalty area. And Chouameni came into the near post and fired over. And there's a shot of Arsene Wenger. In front of him is Gianni Infantino. And to his left there, Arsene Wenger, was Xavi Hernandez, the Spaniard, legendary Spaniard midfielder. Or should I say the legendary Spanish midfielder, or the legendary Spaniard, ex-Barcelona manager. And now, around the back, can't keep possession. Lacroix back to Mike Magnon. And here's Aurelien Chouameni. Lacroix gets the ball forward into the path of Kone, giving the ball away. Azabal is through. Mikel Azabal is through the centre. Can't peek it up there. I can't keep possession there. It remains France 0, Spain 2 here. If you're just joining us this afternoon, or this morning, or this evening, depending where you're tuning in from, it's coming up to 3:30 local time out in Dallas. 9 in the UK, as the ball is now with Aurelien Chouameni. Good bit of ball there from Barcola. From the Barcola, this is a Doué, should I say, who came on for Barcola. Should have been calling him Barcola for the past few minutes. And I agree with the comment I've just seen online from a local reporter to me, Rob Staten. He says, absolute masterclass from Spain. France have not turned up, and they almost turned up there with a deflected effort from Kylian Mbappe, which goes wide of the target. Deflected wide by Marco Correa. Well, he's right. France have not turned up at all in this game. Luca Digne. We think this is another group stage game for Spain, for France, where they're playing it. Not a World Cup semi-final. This Doué shot is blocked. Cleared away only as far as Elise. Look at Dean, ball into the penalty area. Cleared by Simon, who kicks long. And Lamine Yamal's chasing after this one. My man Yon read that situation well and headed into the path of Michael Elise. Everyone in a French outfield jersey. And Les Bleus is inside the penalty area. Or just inside the Spaniard half of the field. The Spanish half of the field. With the offside flag up against Kylian Mbappe. We're just looking at the this one against the man where he scored from. Just a tight call. Then it looked like he was just onside to me. But he was so tight. Between him and Luka Digne, who just played it right in the end, looking at the replay, the all card that they've got there. Here they come, Spain just with possession and keeping on the ball. Spain have stopped the play. The referee says to play on. There's a Spaniard down over there. That was Alex Baena. And it remains France 0, Spain 2. We listen to all independent option remote commentary of the World Cup semi-final between France and Spain. You can watch it via your local or regional TV channels, and if you want to, and you can listen to it on your local or regional radio stations. Or if you want an alternative option, you've got us here at the commentary hub being this alternative option remote commentary, as we are now ending into the second half hydration break, where France really needs something drastic to happen in this hydration break to turn up, if I'm honest, and come to the party, because so far it has been very, very poor from France this evening. Just a reminder, our next live coverage will come tomorrow night, 8 PM UK time, 3 PM local time in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, where England will take on Argentina for a place in the final against, and what is looking like, Spain at this moment in time, for the winners of our match tonight. But so far in this game tonight, we are at 2-0 Spain, thanks to Miguel Oyarzabal first half penalty, and then a second half fantastic finish from the right back of all people, Pedro Porro, finishing like a striker. So we are at an hydration. I almost said we're at an international break. We're an hydration break we're at the moment. And we're just seeing shots of the second goal going in Madrid, in the Madrid capital, Spanish capital there of Madrid. We're just going to take a quick break as Ferran Torres is about to come on for Spain. David Beckham. He's in attendance today, and some of his sons are as well. Theo Hernandez and Ryan Cherky are about to come on here for France. Spain, looks like Spain may be making a change with bringing Ferran Torres on as well very shortly, as we're just getting to come out from the hydration break in around about 30 seconds time. Just seen on the clock on the screen to signal the hydration break coming back very soon. We've took the hydration break off our screens ready. Now as we see the changes here now for France, which we'll see confirmation of the changes here now. So we'll see Michael Elise coming off for Ryan Cherky and Luca Dean coming off for Theo Hernandez. Is Ferran Torres about to come on for Spain? Looks like Ferran Torres is about to come on for Spain as well. And that's the final changes for France. They can't make any more unless they fetch. There's 2-goal deficit back and getting it to extra time where they'll have an extra one. But we're back underway after the period of hydration break. And France have won a free kick following Aurelien and Chouameni. Who looks to take it quickly and does so to Kone. Both into Ryan Cherky, back to Lacroix. Cherky again. Rodri knows all about Cherky playing with him in Manchester City. So he'll probably be able to help Spain marshal him out of the game. And it looks like he's going to be the one that's going to be marshalling Ryan Cherky when he's got possession. As you can see on there, you can see him just following Ryan Cherky around. Ferran Torres will be coming on shortly for Spain. They've not made that sub yet. And that would be their first change of the game. Why would you change it when you're 2-0 up and he's working quite well? Here they come now is Spain with Yamal who gives the ball. Torres gave the ball away. And in turn, France have given the ball away. It was Ryan Cherky who gave to him there. There's Didier Deschamps just marking out some instructions. And now the change here for Spain sees Mickey Oyarzabal who opened the square from the penalty spot in the first half after Yamal was fouled. He's the one that's been replaced here by Ferran Torres. 4 subs left for Spain, and I don't think they'll use all 5 subs there, because why wouldn't they when they're doing well? Here's Yamal through to Ferran Torres. Onside Ferran Torres, but the flag now goes up against him, and that's the correct call. With up then, nice and early, you could see he was offside. He went to him nice and early. In this game, as we watch this game on France 0, Spain 2. If you're just tuning into us this afternoon, this morning or this evening, depending where you're listening from, France are 2-0 to the good. 2-0 down on France, should I say, not 2-0 to the good. With Spain leading 2 goals to the good, as France almost in with Mbappe, but too much on the ball towards him. And he was behind for a goal kick to Spain. And really, France have not turned up at all tonight. They've been so poor tonight. And in my opinion, France deserve to lose at the semi-final stage where they've played today. Spain have been miles better in all aspects of the game. Today, as we watch this game unfold for us, as we see France 0, Spain 2, with Mbappe charging forward. Thought won the ball there, not according to the referee, according to Lamine Yamal, going to the referee's no book here. That's what the Frenchman asking. So, Deschamps saying, ain't he going to card him? I think there should be a card here for Lamine Yamal. If he doesn't even get the ball, it's a foul and he's booking. If he doesn't get the ball, he gets the man, and that's a booking for me. Well, this referee has kept these cards in his pocket tonight. France 0, Spain 2 in this game this evening. Cherky and Dembele to the other. Dembele whips the ball in, headed up, and however, there's been a push spotted. Push on Rodri inside the penalty area, and a free kick goes the way of Spain. France 0, Spain 2, and Les Bleus is what they're saying. Is Spain will make a double change here now. The man who scored the winner against Belgium in the last game as well, Mikel Moreno, is coming on for Dani Olmo. And there's another sub here coming on as well. Fabien Ruiz will be making way this time as well. Coming on in his place is number 20, Pedri. So Pedri Moreno on for Olmo and Fabian Ruiz. Very shortly, I'll be going to name you my player of the match this evening. Wonder who will get my choice for player of the match this evening, because there's been a number of Spaniards who have performed well today. Here they come now. Pedri out wide, it goes to Baena. Baena will chip the ball for the top. And it's just wide. And into the side netting. This should be a third goal for Spain there, as Roja now has possession and moves towards the running side. He turns back to go to the left and picks out a brilliant pass from Marco Correa. Down the left-hand channel, it goes to Alex Baena. Baena in field to Pedri, then into Marco Correa. Let's go backwards now to the port. Further back here it goes to Unai Simon. Unai Simon gets this ball forward. It's cleared away. Here and now, there's a man gone down here. There will be a free kick for France. And it looks as though France are going to lose on Bastille there and head out of the World Cup at the semi-final stage, unless they can get 3 goals in 11 minutes to turn this game on its head, which doesn't look likely at the moment, where they're playing as Theo Hernandez with a ball into the penalty, too near the goalkeeper, and Cabasa just made sure and waited for the goalkeeper to claim it, come towards him, and then he could step back to move out of Unai Simon's way there, as we just see that again. Here's now Moreno finds Pedri. 2 subs combine, and Pedri tries to get Alex Baena away there, but he's gone down for it. How is that? I thought we might come up with too many last. We're going to have to go to France instead on this referee. But from my angle, we had Germany on the last touch. Referee said he didn't. And there's Cucurella on his man. No foul though on Ryan Cherky. And it remains France 0, Spain 2. Here they come down. He's out of play for a throw-in to Spain. You can see the Frenchmen and women in the crowd not happy. There was one gentleman a few moments ago on the pictures that was just stood there shaking his head as if to say, what are we doing here? Some of these French people would have probably bought, French men and women would have probably bought tickets for Sunday's final thinking they were going to get there. They would have to sell them on now to some Spaniards or some locals instead, unless the stuff has to go to watch the World Cup final. But brilliant header away, initiated by Unai Simon, with breaks for Desiree Doué. Will he score it? Desiree Doué shot by Unai Simon, will go back into his penalty area and blocked it off. Fantastic recovery from Unai Simon. Come out to challenge Mbappe, heads it away from Mbappe, only as far as Desiree Doué took the touch 2 minutes before shooting, which allowed Unai Simon to get back on blocking there. And now France are coming forward again. Desiree Doué shot on the left hand side. Wonderful challenge from Pedro Porro, who's done well there. Pedro Porro remains down. Theo Hernandez, referee says play on Pedro Porro's down injured. Mbappe there. France will not pull the ball out. The referee will not stop the play. Porro back up on his feet now. Into the penalty, cleared away by Spain. Only as far as from the corner. Hernandez. Desiree Doué back towards Theo Hernandez. And he's gone into the face there of Unai Simon and Theo Hernandez. Very late, there's no foul for me though, because he's going for the ball. There's a genuine attempt there to go for the ball from both players. I think they just collided. I think it should be a goal kick. I don't think it should be a foul because they're both having a genuine attempt to go for the ball but get there at the same time. I mean, but this angle may tell me a bit different. We get at the same time and then he knees him in the face. That's where the problem lies. That's where they wanted a booking for. And that's someone having the word with the referee there. I believe he's just been given as a goal kick. He's been given as a corner, which I'm shocked about because that was either a goal kick or a free or a goal kick. And Spain are going to make a double substitution here now, which we'll see number 15. No, number 12. Pedro Porro come off for number 5. Here. So it's Porro and Baena off. And on comes Marcus Llorente, who wears number 5, and Nico Williams, who wears 17. It'll be interesting to see what those changes do, if anything. For Spain in this game. There's a man gone down here for France and they've given a free kick here, the referee. But I'm shocked at that. So that didn't look like a foul to me. I don't know what the referee saw, which is different to me. But that didn't look like a foul to me. So now Spain have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 changes as well. So no changes left for either side. So if a player goes down injured and have to go off, one of these sides will be down to 10. And then for the time being anyway, then they could potentially make the change if we go to extra time. Well, as it says, we just don't know why we're going to go to extra time. France 0, Spain 2. Coming towards the final 5 minutes of this game. Will we see a winning? Will we see a good comeback from France, or will this 2-goal lead for Spain be good enough for them to get through? Dembele goes down and wins a free kick as it's still France 0, Spain 2. Oyarzabal penalty and Pedro Porro on 58 minutes, the difference between the two sides. And now, here they come now with Ryan Cherky gets away from Pedri brilliantly there, does the Man City man for France. His ball is chipped into the penalty area and through a small gap which was not there. France 0, Spain 2. Here's the scoreline. And my word, that is a booking offence. That should be a booking, and it is a booking. But Kylian Mbappe, what are you doing? You silly, silly man. Kylian Mbappe, what an embarrassment. Just pushes the goalkeeper. After he's collected the ball. He's collected the ball and just basically pushed him over. You stupid, stupid boy, Kylian Mbappe. Why do that? Why? You stupid, stupid man. And now France have got less than 4 minutes to try and get back into this game and find a way into this game. But I wonder if they will do that. Today's player of the match, though, The break off as Nico Williams was almost in behind there. And he's cleared away by Mikel Moreno, only as far as Jules Koundé. Next time the ball goes dead, we'll bring you the player of the match. Sponsored by Football Live. Here comes Desiree Doué, and he's been challenged by Lamine Yamal. The referee gives a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. It remains France 0, Spain 2. Free kick in a good position for France. Trying to either cross it into the back post for an header back across goal, or a shot towards the far post. Kylian Mbappe looks like he's lining this one up, and if he's going to take it, it will be a shot. If he's playing Turkey to take it, it will be a cross. And it is Mbappe over the top of the crossbar. And that is so poor for France. And they've been so poor today, France as well. And today's player of the match, sponsored by Football Live, will go to... We'll break off a spinning again. Yamal, good all up play. I won't give him a player of the match out. Yamal inside the penalty, goes down. Referee says no penalty. And a goal kick to France. And today's player of the match, sponsored by the brilliant commentary services, will be the right back of Spain, Pedro Porro, for his bursts forward, for his attacking efforts, but also his defensive efforts, stopping the likes of Barcola, Elise, Dembele, Mbappe getting past him. Here is France now. We'll give you his match rating of 7.9 from FunMob. We'll give you some more stats out. I'll play the match Pedro Porro in a second. Here's Maxime Lacroix for France as we come into the final 20 seconds or so to find out how many minutes of stoppage time there will be. There will be at least 3 minutes for the hydration break, and that's just good piece of defending in there from Marco Correa. Got 1 goal today, Pedro Porro. 23 out of 28 accurate passes. 1 shot on target. 48 touches. 2 tackles, 3 clearances. 3 passes into the final third. Pedro Porro, today's player of the match. Here is Kone, ball into Teo Hernandez. Into the penalty for Turkey. Kone there again. Into the penalty area and it bounces wide. And we're into 7 minutes of stoppage time. 7 minutes for France on Bastille Day to find their way back into this game and to find their way back into the World Cup. 2 goals needed. To take us to extra time. 2 goals needed for extra time. Or if Spain gets another one, or just keep the ball away from their area, they'll have done a remarkable job. And man, they have done all evening. Yamal, good bit of play to Llorente. Back it goes now to Cabasa. Further back to Simon, who not really had a shot to save today, Unai Simon. It's not really been called upon at all today, Unai Simon. And now, Williams. Good ball out wide. Moreno's there. Mikel Moreno. Good bit of play from Spain. Pedri now has possession. Across now to this right hand side. It goes down the line to Lamine Yamal. And Yamal's got away. Has he been pushed over there? The referee says no. So does the linesman. Play on is the call. Then Torres is closing down. But Maxime Lacroix skips away from him. Aurelien Tchouameni. One last push for France, maybe. With 5 minutes to go of stoppage time. Big thank you to Sarah, Life of Sarah 25 here on YouTube, streaming us live on TikTok. Go and check her out. And if you do go and check her out, tell her that Russ and the commentary lads have sent you over to her, and go and show Sarah some love and support that she deserves over on TikTok. Great platform over there and great community over there with Sarah and her team over there. There's a man who's gone down here. Roger is the one who's gone down, and it will be a... Which way is this referee giving it? As we see shot of Iniesta, Sergio Ramos there, Carlos Puyol, Iker Casillas there too in this game this evening, and it remains France 0, Spain 2. Wonderful bit of play, and they will go on now. Spain, it looks like it will be, to play either England or Argentina in Sunday's final, which you can hear live here with us on the commentary on Sunday evening from 8 PM UK time. Big love to you as well, Sarah. Great love and support on my streams as well over on TikTok, and love and support for this channel as well. Go and check her out over on TikTok as well, and go and drop a follow on YouTube on the YouTube scene as well. And almost a third goal for Spain there for Williams, and it remains France 0, Spain 2. Tomorrow, don't forget, we have got the second semi-final to come for you. Will it be Argentina or England who will take on Spain in Sunday's final? As it looks like it's going to be. Shot there from Ousmane Dembele straight down the throat of Unai Simon, and that's just been a comfortable save for the Frenchman by the Spaniard from that Frenchman's effort there. As there's some French fans turned away from the game. A youngster there curled up in the mum's arms with tears as Jules Koundé is down. Spain play on, and it's now with Williams into Moreno, and they don't need the Moreno moment like they did against Belgium to get them through Spain. It looks like they're already going to be through to Sunday's final, where they'll take on England or Argentina. You can hear that game tomorrow with us on the commentary with Daniel Money, providing you the excellent commentary that he does, with Nicholas Jones doing the production. We're behind the scenes with the scoreboard and the graphics, as well as presenting the programme as well. And then we'll have Nicholas presenting Sunday's final for us as well. We'll have Dan will be on that Sunday's final as a pundit on Sunday's final. We'll have Paul James doing Sunday's final on commentary, hopefully alongside our very own Mike Harneman as well. This is, I agree with another reporter, Leon Wobshaw. I'll get to his comment in a minute. As Yamal comes forward for Spain. Good player from Spain. Yamal goes down. No foul given. Kone comes away with it. We'll read you Leon Wobshaw's comment out at the end before we finish tonight, and the other comments that we've got in the chat this evening. Is now either come France with Dembele. Chance for a consolation goal maybe. Dembele shot it by Unai Simon and cleared away. He's been fantastic today in goal for Spain. Unai Simon, Kone, Doué, Mbappe over the top of the crossbar. And we've got around about 30 seconds left to go now. And it looks as though Spain are in Sunday's final. Spain will be in Sunday's final in New York, New Jersey. I can't see France coming back from this now. Spain will face England or Argentina in New York, New Jersey in Sunday's final. You can hear that England semi-final tomorrow night. here on the commentary hub as the full-time whistle has been blown. The full-time whistle has been blown, and it is Spain that march into Sunday's final. 2 goals either side of half-time through Mikel Oyarzabal from the penalty spot on 22 minutes just before the hydration break, after Yamal was fouled inside the penalty area, and then Pedro Porro on 58 minutes was the difference maker as Spain won their place in Sunday's final at the MetLife Stadium in New York, New Jersey. What a game of football I have brought you tonight. All this afternoon, all this morning, depending where you're listening from, we have enjoyed bringing you this game today. Before we bring you what's up next, Leon Robson, I agree with what his comment said here, and I agree with Alex Crook, his comment here as well, which we'll read those two out for you before we finish up this evening. Leon Wobshaw says some very exciting games in this World Cup. Well, this from Spain has easily been the best team performance, and I agree. Shut down France's danger men throughout the game this evening, and didn't let them have a single shot in the game. And Alex says fair play Spain. That was massively impressive. Going to take some beating in the final. Will take some beating in the final, but I believe whoever gets there could do a good job and could do a job over them in the final. But will it be England or will it be Argentina? Join us tomorrow, not myself personally, but us here on the commentary hub with Nicholas Jones in the presenting chair and the producing chair. Daniel Money on the commentary chair for England versus Argentina in the World Cup semi-final. Who will come out on top in the second semi-final? 8 o'clock kickoff UK time, 3 o'clock local time in Atlanta, taking place at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Make sure you tune in for that one with us here on the commentary hub. But from myself, Russ Vernon, and the rest of the team tonight, thank you very much for listening. Big up to Sarah who's enjoyed, hopefully she's and her team over on TikTok have enjoyed the coverage tonight. And I believe that France have been very, very poor tonight, down to the quality of Spain's defensive work, nullifying their main threats. Well, that's all we've got time for this evening. Thank you very much for us to bring you this game this evening, and we'll keep you bang up to date with more live coverage of our World Cup coverage. We'll bring you tomorrow's semi-final. Unfortunately, due to other commitments, we may not bring you the third place playoff or the bronze final match. We will bring you the 2026 final on Sunday, which you can hear here on the channel. It's Spain, but who will they face? Will it be England or will it be Argentina? Join us tomorrow to find out about that one. And for myself, Russ Vernon, rest of the team here at the commentary hub, we bid you farewell for this evening. And thank you very much for listening. Next game on our screen, on your screens, or should I say, on your virtual radio via YouTube tomorrow, here on the commentary hub, will be England v Argentina. If you listen to this tomorrow on JB Sports, you'll hear the semi-final between England and Argentina on Thursday over on JB Sports. But on TCHub, you'll have live commentary tomorrow night. And for myself, Russ Vernon, and the rest of the team here on the commentary hub, we thank you very much so for listening tonight. I will see you again real soon with myself, Russ, and the rest of the team here this evening. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you again soon. It's Spain who mark on us. Unai Simon dances on the pitch down below us. You can see Didier Deschamps giving a hug to his captain Kylian Mbappe. our full-time scoreline from the AT&T Stadium in Dallas. France 0, Spain 2. For myself, Russ Vernon, and the rest of the team here, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you again soon. Take care and good night for tonight.